Hello, I'm Taylor Barkley, and this lesson slash project will be on school suspension rates. It will be for a high school statistics class. And in this lesson, students will use statistics to investigate the data given on suspension rates and collect the data from their own school slash district. Then we will allow students to come up with alternative disciplinary actions and propose the findings to a principal or district. The two South Carolina College and Career Ready standards that I will be using for this lesson will be plan and conduct a survey to answer a statistical question, recognize how the plan addresses sampling technique, randomization, measurements of experimental error, and methods to reduce bias. I will also try to evaluate claims and conclusions in published reports or articles based on data by analyzing study design and the collection, analysis, and display of the data. The two objectives for this lesson will be students will be able to analyze many different sets of data. Students will also be able to collect their own data and make connections between two sets. To begin this lesson, I will first allow students to analyze each data set below and discuss all components that come to mind with this issue. This will start with a class discussion on the data tables and graphs that I will present to the class. All of these graphs and data have different information on them, and they will look at them and analyze and discuss different issues and connections they may see with each graph or table. This will just get them thinking about out-of-school suspension and the connection that it has with race or gender. This will only start the conversation, and then we will take it further once they have all of their connections or differences or thoughts, anything really, we'll write on the whiteboard so that students can have a running list of what their classmates and they are thinking of this topic and the data that is shown. Students will then be put in groups of 3 or 4 students. They can either choose these groups or I can randomize the groups. Once they're in those groups, they will come up with a plan on how to collect data for their school or district on the suspension rates and the connection with race or gender. So once this data is collected by each group, they will have the freedom to display the data however they choose. That could be histogram, pie chart, table, anything that they choose. Then they will present their findings to the class. Once they have presented their findings to the class, I will get the class to read this article about reducing student suspension rates. This will give them an idea of some of the things that they can discuss in their proposal to the principal or district on how to change the disciplinary actions that the school may have and lower the suspension rate. So they will read this, then they will get back with their groups, discuss about what was talked about in the article. So for the final piece of this project, after they have read the article, students will then come together as a class and they will all come up with one plan of action on how to modify or change the disciplinary actions in their school. They will put together a presentation to present to the school principal or the district, whichever one they have chosen, and they will relay the information to the school officials to bring change to their school or district on the suspension rates and hopefully lowering those so more students stay in school and they're not missing on important instruction. Thank you.